Hey Absurdisan fans, and welcome back to the Manor Bar, where I make some tasty beverages and talk gaming news. Now over the weekend, I went somewhere a little special, so check this out. Here are guys, I'm here at the Hobbit pub in Southampton, home of Nerdvana drinkage, so let's get in and see if I can tackle the fellowship.
So what are you filming this for?
Alright, so I got myself a Legolas, which is pretty awesome. It's already very tasty, that's that right there. And what have you got right here? What's that? This is a Gandalf. Okay, that looks super tasty. I've had one of those already. Moving over here, bam, what's this?
Gimli.
This is a Gimli. It is stalwart and dwarvish. And over here we have the brothers. Which one's that? Boromir and Faramir. Okay.
With their accessory straws.
So, we are making our way through the whole fellowship. And apparently if we do, we get a super special cocktail, so this should be... And a t-shirt. So...
And a t-shirt!
Should be pretty fun.
Faramir is strong, but the Boromir is even stronger, I think.
Oh, really? Well,
He's my favourite drink. So.
He went down in 3 arrows, so... Spoiler alert, by the way.
Impressive.
Yes, the Hobbit pub was awesome. I had a fantastic time down there with my mates. And... their drinks there are great fun. They have so many, and I hope they're going to bring out more with the release of the Hobbit films, because the pub's been around for ages, before the Lord of the Rings films even came out. So I just hope that they get even more crazy with their drinks. But I've decided to follow suit and make my own Lord of the Rings Hobbity drink myself. And so I'm going to choose one of the weirder characters that I didn't see on their menu, and that is Radagast the Brown, the weird brown wizard from the new Hobbit film, who's a bit not all there and a bit foresty, creaturey type person. Now, as he's Radagast the Brown, I suppose we best start with something that is brown, and so I'm busting out the root beer schnapps. We're just going to do one full measure of this. And you know what? Let's make it 2. And now we're going to class it up a bit and put in something a bit more extravagant, and that is a measure of port. And then we're going to top it off with some cloudy lemonade, and I'd say probably about, what we got in there, 3 parts, so 5-6 parts of this. And just because Radagast's a bit weird, I think we're going to put in just a little tiny half measure of absinthe. Now because of all the carbonated stuff you've put in this, you don't really want to start shaking it, so grab yourself a spoon or some other stirring implement and give it a good mix. It actually smells really good so far. Then you need to grab yourself a glass with some crushed ice and pour it over that. And you should have enough for about 2 of these, so share them around, and it comes out this lovely burgundy colour. So let's see just how crazy Radagast is. That's, I don't know how to describe that. It's really fruity. It's very fruity, and I don't know why, but I think it might be the port. But that is really smooth, that goes down very well. So, definitely try yourself one of these Radagasts. But now moving into the news, and today I'm going to be all about Assassin's Creed 4. And to start off with, it turns out that the lead writer for Assassin's Creed 4, Darby McDevitt, recently had a Twitter Q&A session where he revealed quite a few details about the modern day parts of the game. And during the Q&A he also put out some never before seen screenshots that are really quite impressive. And some of the main things to come out of this are: there are going to be a handful of modern day story missions with a very definite story arc to them. Like Assassin's Creed 3, you will be able to leave the Animus at any time and go and explore the modern world, and I think it's actively encouraged that you do because you can learn a lot more about Abstergo Industries. Subject 16 won't be returning, but Subject 17, or Desmond as you may know him, will apparently, well, might be returning, but in a roundabout way, to quote McDevitt. The present day sections are taking place in Montreal, Quebec, and you are the main character who has been hired by Abstergo. You have your own desk, little cubicle thing, and there's a screenshot of that. It looks really quite fancy. Looks like you can set up little trophies of the old assassins and stuff. It looks very customizable, and that's pretty cool. There isn't going to be any combat in the present day sections, but it's going to be focusing a lot more on the eavesdropping, exploring, and hacking. The hacking minigames, which will now replace all the glyph puzzles and things. Previous characters from the games will be making an appearance because it is a continuation of the story, but it's going to be from a different perspective because you're no longer Desmond Miles. And Abstergo now has genetic memory cloud servers, which means that you don't need to be related to Desmond to be able to access those genetic memories. And a little bit which I found quite interesting is that it sounds like Desmond's body has been recovered and stuff is being done with it. I don't know what. It was quite cryptic the way that McDevitt actually said this. So I urge you to go and look at it. There's a link in the description below. You'll be able to see all the screenshots and everything. It's really quite interesting. And another bit of Assassin's Creed news that came out recently was that Ubisoft does actually have an ending planned out for the entire series. Assassin's Creed 4 game director Ashraf Ismail recently revealed to Eurogamer that yes, Ubisoft does know how the entire Assassin's Creed story is going to end. But while they do have an ending in mind, they do have enough room to fit more games into the series on the annual basis that they're going for. They just know how the entire thing will end, and they'll do that when they feel like it, I guess. So while you may be a bit burnt out on the Assassin's Creed series after the frankly abysmal Assassin's Creed 3, you can rest safe in the knowledge that there is going to be an ending at some point. We've just got to wait for that to roll around. I'm going to put a link to the Eurogamer story about that in the description below as well. And that's me done. I really do urge you to try one of these Radagasts. They are surprisingly tasty. I'm really quite happy with what I've made here. Also go and check out the Hobbit pub if you're in Southampton. It's a great place. It's actually really quite large because they've got a really big beer garden out the back. But I've been Rich Perry and this has been the Manor Bar. Cheers.